Compared to other foods, great white sharks prefer the fat of whales, especially after the carcass has undergone some decomposition. Though the smell may be unpleasant to a great white shark, it's a rich and fatty feast, tender, flavorful, and utterly luxurious. Once swallowed, this nutrient-dense fat is converted into immense energy. It is then stored in the shark's liver, fueling its long migrations ahead. A great white shark's appetite is insatiable. Once it begins to feed, it won't stop until it's completely full. The benefit of such binge eating: one large meal can sustain the shark for days, even weeks, without needing another bite. High-fat food like this is exactly what great white sharks crave. This extreme feeding strategy allows them to survive in food-scarce ocean regions. With its belly full of energy-rich fat, the shark prepares for its next journey. At this time of year, great whites in these waters set off from African seas, heading toward the warm waters of California. But before that, they participate in the annual seal season. During this season, South Africa's seal colonies welcome a new generation. Newborn seal pups must quickly learn to navigate the ocean. But in doing so, they are destined to face the ocean's deadliest predators. Out in the open waters, great white sharks have been waiting patiently. Now, they are ready to teach these young seals a lesson. Near the shoreline, seal pups are relatively safe. Predators rarely pose a threat here, but when hunger strikes, they must venture into deeper waters to hunt. And with that, they risk becoming the hunted. The great white shark waits patiently in the open ocean, silently waiting for its prey. Although seals are fast swimmers, compared to the speed of a great white shark, they are no match, especially when it lurks in the deep waters of the open sea. This makes it hard for seals to detect it. With just a slight upward glance, the great white shark can spot seals on the surface. Once it locks onto a target, it bursts forward at full speed. A single bite is enough to take down its prey. With the terrifying speed of the great white shark, a seal's chance of escaping is only about 50%. In other words, for every 2 attacks the shark makes, it is likely to succeed once. Among most predators, this is considered a very high hunting success rate. After feasting on a seal, the great white shark does not stay in one place for long. It must follow the ocean currents and migrate. The open sea is like a desert on land. Food is scarce here. A great white shark might go a long time without finding anything to eat. At this moment, tens of kilometers away, a 30-ton whale has fallen after colliding with a cargo ship. As sunlight shines down, the scent of the decaying whale spreads. The great white shark has already picked up the scent and quickly moves toward it. No great white shark can resist such a tempting feast. This high-energy meal is the most nutritious food in a great white shark's diet. Just one bite can provide enough energy for several days. If it eats until full, it can go more than a month without needing food. By now, the whale carcass is riddled with wounds. The tenderest parts, like the jaw and tongue, have already been eaten by the first wave of scavengers. Each day, new arrivals come and go. The flesh beneath the surface has been stripped away. As the great white shark feeds, a blue shark arrives. But it can only wait until the great white is finished. Only then do they dare to come forward and the rich, greasy scent of the golden branch begins. More big blue sharks start to gather. These blue sharks had already smelled the thick scent of the golden branch from several kilometers away. About an hour later, the great white shark finally had its fill and left, fully satisfied. Next, it was the turn of the big blue sharks that had been waiting for so long. This was a grand feast, enough for every blue shark present to eat their fill. They started tearing at the flesh eagerly, scrambling for the scarce tender meat beneath the surface. One blue shark even surfaced. Gnawing at the topmost crystal juices, they had to eat quickly, because before long, the whale carcass would sink to the seafloor, after losing its fat, becoming a feast for deep-sea creatures. On the great white shark's journey, when high-fat food is unavailable, they don't mind hunting fish in the ocean. Although such food is not as high in energy as marine mammals, it's still better than starving. As two ocean currents converge, they bring an abundance of nutrients, which also attracts large crowds of creatures. Of course, various types of sharks also begin to gather here. Dusky sharks and black-tip sharks separate a school of bluefish. Now it was their turn to feast. The black-tip sharks were the first to charge, and their jaws could open up to 90 degrees. Each strike hit the bluefish. Surrounded by sharks, it was only a matter of time before the entire school was wiped out. At the end of the feast, even the remoras attached to the sharks got a full meal. During the day, this area was the hunting ground of the black-tip sharks. The dusky sharks took over. Under the cover of darkness, the dusky sharks searched for prey. Even the flatfish hiding beneath the seabed had little chance of escape. Search. It looks like he's having good luck tonight. Besides the great white shark, another shark is also a fearsome predator. That is the tiger shark. Compared to the great white shark, they are even more ferocious. The tiger shark's highly acidic stomach can dissolve bones, leather shoes, peas, and practically anything it swallows, grinding and digesting them all. Tiger sharks come here to hunt every year. Because of their presence, many marine creatures can only retreat. This sea turtle had just surfaced to breathe when it was spotted by a tiger shark. Although such prey moves slowly, its thick shell provides formidable protection. Ordinary sharks are powerless against it, but a tiger shark is different. Its powerful jaw muscles allow it to break through the sea turtle's shell with ease. With a bite force of over 200 kilograms, crushing the turtle is effortless. In the eyes of a tiger shark, a hard-shelled sea turtle is nothing more than a canned meal, although opening the can may take some effort. The reward is well worth it. This sea turtle, weighing dozens of kilograms, is enough to satisfy the tiger shark's hunger. Whatever remains of the meal will be left for other marine scavengers to feast on. Meanwhile, in the warm equatorial waters, a humpback whale has just fallen victim to an orca attack. Its lower jaw and tongue have been devoured by the orca pod, while the rest of its body was discarded. The rich, fatty flesh has once again attracted nearby great white sharks. However, they do not immediately feed. They circle around the carcass cautiously. Despite being among the top predators of the ocean's food chain, there are still creatures that pose a threat to them. A great white shark's greatest rival is the orca, and in some regions, orcas are obsessed with great white shark livers, so the shark must proceed with caution. Only after careful confirmation does the great white shark begin to feast. The whale's body has not completely decomposed making the meat firmer. This time, the meal may take a while, because when feeding, the shark cannot continuously bite. It needs to pause and swim for a while to maintain its breathing. With each bite, the great white shark can tear off several kilograms of fat. Its stomach is once again filled with rich nutrients.